What's up? Welcome back, guys. CageCast. Today, we're going to do exactly what we did the other day and go over the Ian Garry fight. We're going to go over the Sandhagen fight. We're going to go over 315, 316, and then the final question of the week at the end of the episode. And today we have Jason. All right, let's see if we got some different predictions and different aspects with these fights than we did with old Whitey the other day. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Anthony Smith versus Jane. So I know we went over this on the predictions, and I said that Anthony Smith was going to get beat up or knocked out. I couldn't remember what you went with, but that's definitely pretty much how it went. He looked like he had 1 foot in the ring, 1 foot out of the ring since it was his last fight. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get to watch this one live. We were preoccupied, but I think as we talked about Anthony Smith, we were saying, which one are we going to get? Are we going to get Anthony Smith that's like, all right, this is my last fight, I need to just go out on my shield? Or are we going to get what we saw, which was Anthony that was like, well, this is my last fight, all right. Yeah, that's kind of how it felt. And then, they put Ming Yang in there to do what he did. So good for Ming Yang, I guess.
And he'd been beating people, knocking people
Smith.
out. So I was like, it seemed like they're setting Anthony Smith up for that. Or they knew his weakness was a submission. Anthony Smith just wasn't committed enough to get it. So, yeah, well, props to Anthony Smith. Like I said, he should have always taken that win over John Jones. Even though if it was a DQ, it's still the belt. Still would have got some big paydays. And hey, he shouldn't need you in the face when you're down. So I mean, it was worth the win. He didn't take it. Biggest mistake of his career, probably. Probably kicks himself in the ass every night over that one.
Probably, yeah. I was about to say, probably beats himself up every day.
Because the only other guy that's got the win over John Jones was some similar shit. Disqualification. It was those 12-6 elbows when they were illegal. I mean, knee to the head's illegal, at least in the UFC. So, hey, I would have taken that win. We know Sterling took that win, so Aljo got it.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly. And hey, congratulations, Anthony Smith. Maybe after he rests up and gets over his personal issues, maybe he gets another fight down the road, or if the GFL ever does pick up off the ground or come to fruition, maybe he can go over there.
Yeah, I mean, there's still options if he wants to fight.
Yeah, he's probably doing enough with Michael Bisping on the YouTube stuff where he can kind of quit, probably. Probably already got some side businesses set up.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, moving on to the main fight.
We got fighter's smart, they're doing something.
Right? We got the main fight, Ian Garry versus Prates. What'd you think about that one?
Well, we did get to watch a little bit of this one here and there. I think you looking at the stats, Machado just put on a clinic. I mean, total strikes 141 out of 259 to Prates 64 of 132. So he more than doubled. Well, I mean, just about doubled. You know what I mean? So he was working Prates.
Pretty much. So I went back and watched it. Even though we were out concerting and doing all the fun activities, went back and watched it. Ian Garry did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Keep the distance with kicks. Prates couldn't get in there with the reach. He just kept him at bay, beat him up, masterclassed him. But at the end, he almost got taken out in the last round with some ground and pound and some barrages. So he got clipped, taken down. It's one of those things where it's like, if there was another round or if there was unlimited rounds, that's what my pops was bringing up. Well, Whitey was talking about yesterday. He was like, well, if there are unlimited rounds, Prates gets that. In his opinion, I was like, well, there are. I was like, if there was no, you know, time limit or no round limit, I mean, Nate Diaz would be the king of this. You know what I mean? Like, we got 10
Yeah.
rounds. Nate Diaz is getting everybody in every weight class, probably.
Yeah, and I
So,
mean, but it's fighting, right? Like it goes both ways. Like it could in Machado Gary could just piece him up for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Like it doesn't. I mean, everybody, dog shines on an ass. Sun shines on a dog's ass at least once a day. So I mean, everybody's got a chance.
yeah, it was pretty impressive for Ian Garry to come off the couch on short notice, get it done like that. So, basically, all the way up until the last round, it was pretty much a masterclass of distance and showmanship, wear and tear, and then he got clipped at the end of the last round, almost got finished. It was like, looked like if it would go another minute, he was done. You know what I mean? So, but hey, he got it done. Hey, he's gonna get he's one or two fights away. This is probably the most stacked weight class in my opinion right now, where everybody's waiting for a title shot. You got Sean Brady who just won. He's actually ranked number one in the rankings. He's waiting for a title shot. Ian Gary's calling for a title shot. They're saying Rachmanov's supposed to get a title shot. Um, Chimaya's supposed to get a title shot. Everybody's waiting their rounds. You know what I mean? So I feel like it will bounce around,
Yeah.
which I hope to, and I hope so because, um, man, Bilal Muhammad is just so boring, bro. That guy, and I'm tired of him, bro. Tired of
it's
his internet talk.
yeah.
Hold on, we'll get back. We'll come back to that because we got more of his talk coming up. But let's skip
All right.
to this weekend's fight. Get some co-main Bo Nickel versus RDR. Just to give you a heads up, Bo Nickel is a favorite over RDR in this fight, but I think RDR is going to take him.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's the year of no more undefeated. So
I mean, we've only had two people break that curse and 14 or 15 fall and succumb to it. So I'm saying that. I think, even though Bo Nickel's last fight was against Paul Craig, that guy is pretty damn good. He still looked vulnerable. He seemed overrated. The crowd was cheering. He was overrated, so we'll see. RDR's the real deal. He's actually come in. He's got 2 submissions. He's got just as many fights as Bo Nickel in less time in the UFC, and they're both
yeah.
submissions where Bo Nickel had to go the distance, at least on one of his fights. So, no, we'll see if he's as good
I
a
mean,
grappler or good game because that's what RDR is. He's a good grappler, but he's got the reach on him for the stand up. I think that's going to play a difference in this. I do think Bo Nickel's overrated. And like you said, that O's got to go.
that O's got to go. And I mean, if you look at RDR's 2 previous submissions, they're not against nobodies. It's Kevin Holland and Meerschaert. Like that,
Right.
Meerschaert is
He's
they're both
pretty
beasts.
good.
So,
But the Kevin Holland, I'm still iffy because it's middleweight Kevin Holland, welterweight Kevin Holland. I'm impressed with. And we're gonna get some Kevin Holland at some welterweight coming up on his next fight. He looked really good at welter instead of middleweight. But I mean, yeah, Kevin Holland is still a good fighter. I just think he gets outweighed at middleweight at 185. He's just not cutting any weight, and he fights like 6 times a
yeah,
year. So he's like, if he doesn't have cut weight on a couple, he's like golden. I feel like,
yeah.
but he always gets beat up at middleweight.
But
So I'm iffy on if that really counts as a true Kevin Holland win. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. So it'll be interesting. I'm interested to see if Bo Nickel can handle RDR. They're both got submissions under their belts. Bo Nickel did go to decision against Paul Craig.
They're
But,
two middleweights that they really do want to just bump up to the top of the division, trying to build up Bo Nickel, but they're also trying to bring RDR in from the other leagues as a 2-time champ and 2 weight class champ, and really boost him up. And sometimes those 2 weight class champs, when they come over, they do a lot better than just like the single ones. Like Eddie Alvarez came in and did real good and got the title. So I feel like he does have a chance at middleweight. We'll see if Bo Nickel's as good as they say he is, which I just not feeling it.
Let's see
But
it.
here's the thing. Let's jump over the odds. Bo Nickel, 3.4 to 1 favorite over RDR.
Wow.
Yeah, they think he's going to just get in there
I
and
think
tap
that
RDR. I think they're just underestimating RDR, and
no,
they're
I think it's
underestimating
just it's
RDR.
the goose egg there on his losses. I think that people are hyped. They see this 7-0 record and they're like, "Ooh, he's just gonna come through and like fucking stop people because he's been doing that." And that's not necessarily how it works, especially in the UFC.
Well, I don't typically bet on the undercard, but I almost want to take that. I almost feel like that this is going to be easy money right here. I think RDR just gets this. I think he actually finishes this fight in like early in the third round. I think it's only
Well,
a
what
three
I had
rounder. So,
$16, right? Go ahead and throw $16 on it.
and then for the headline is Corey Sandhagen versus Davison Figueroa. And they think he's
That
Corey
should be a good
Sandhagen's
fight.
just going to run through him at a 5.3 to 1 favorite over
What?
Figueroa. Yeah. He's at
Wow.
minus 553. And then the bet on Figueroa right now is plus 400. And I'm like, I feel like it's the same thing. They're
Wow.
almost counting Figueroa out completely, or they are. They're like saying he's just going to get walked through, basically. But he's always got a chance, ex-champion in that weight class. Like, it's coming in fresh. So I'm like, he's still got a chance. So what I did is I think I put 5 on each of these guys because it literally gave me like $1 back on Corey Sandhagen, whereas like gives me like $25 back on Figueroa. So I was like, hey, shit, worth a shot. Either way,
I
I think
mean,
Corey
his
Sandhagen's going to get
last.
it, but bet for the betting side of it, I was like, it's not often that you see a plus 400 show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Figueroa is not a. I mean, he's beaten Garbrandt, Vera. I mean, his last loss was to Purion, but I mean, that's a champion right there. What do you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of hard to knock him on that. I mean, he's beaten Rob Font. He lost to Brandon Moreno, but again, Brandon Moreno is a fucking beast. So, I mean, yeah, I can see Figueiredo coming through with this.
Possible. But just because you don't see a plus 400 in there, I just threw the gamblers bet $5 on it. Why not? If it hits, bigger money than most, you know what I mean? So worth a quick little
I
shot
mean,
there.
and I see what they're doing right here. I'm looking at both of their previous fights, right? Corey also just recently beat Font and Marlon Veras as well. So I mean, I see what they're doing. They're like, oh, both of these guys would beat these other guys. Let's throw them together and see what happens. I mean, he lost to Umar Nurmagomedov in his last one on a decision. So, I mean, again, both of them, they're both coming into this, you know, off of a loss, but they also had multiple wins prior to that. So it's anybody's game, I think. I don't even know who to put money on there.
Well, it, I think it's more of a toss up than the odds makers are making it exactly. So,
That's what
like
I
I
say.
said,
Five
when you
to
see a
one is
pluff, when you
crazy.
see a minus 5 to 1, a 5 to 1 favorite, and then they throw in the betting odd of a plus 400, meaning that they not only they're gonna like so Corey Sandhagen's just gonna win unanimously, but he's gonna get walked through, and we'll even take your bet. We'll take the bet if you wanted to bet super big. There's probably gonna be somebody who bets real big, down in Vegas. Somebody's putting 10 grand on that if they had it. If I had it, let's go. Hey, DraftKings, what's up?
It's probably a good bet.
Well, that wraps up this weekend. So, what do you think? If you had to make a call, Corey
I'm gonna
Sandhagen?
go with.
You going with the betting odds? Because that's what I think. When I first saw it, before I even looked at the betting odds, I'm like, yeah, I think Corey Sandhagen's got this. But yeah, like I said, for this kind of odds, it's like it seems weird that they're just looking him over Figueiredo so hard, even though he's an ex-champion himself. So like, I took the five and
I'm gonna play
five.
devil's advocate, and I'm gonna go Figueiredo. I think Figueiredo could get it. I mean, again, it could go either freaking way. I'm going Figueiredo on that, and then I'm gonna go Bo Nickel.
Think Bo Nichols got it, huh? Overrated ass. We'll see.
Let's see. Let's see if he can bang or if he's gonna fucking submit. It's gonna be hard. You know, it's hard submitting a submitter. Can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. That's this weekend. So we'll definitely get some recaps going. Afterwards, we'll have to see what old Whitey's predictions turned out to be as well. See who guessed that one right. And then now here's the one. I said Bilal Muhammad was boring. Well, he is fighting JDM coming up. So he is fighting Della Maddalena. So that's a I think JDM could possibly get it. I think this belt bounces around a little bit. I don't think Bilal's going to hold on to it for a couple years. It's so many good people coming for him right now. So interesting enough.
Yeah.
And I'm not liking Bilal. Got the title, barely got it. He's been hanging on to it, not defending it, just talking a lot of trash. Makes me upset. I'm like, get out of here, boy. Let's go ahead and get a new champion real soon. Sean Brady's come like we were talking about earlier. Sean Brady's coming for it. You got a whole bunch of dudes just lined up right now in this weight class, which is good to see. I like to see it be a little entertaining, but not with Bilal.
But now with Bilal. Yeah, JDM. I mean, JDM's won all of his recent fights, so this is a good. This is a good matchup. I think Bilal Muhammad is gonna do what Bilal does. He's gonna just try to freaking run over and either submit or freaking take it to a decision. Like,
Right.
so
He's gonna he's gonna try to make it into a decision because he's mostly a decision guy. He's boring. I hate that he's
yeah, and
out there talking trash
he's
when
just
he's
gonna
so
crawl
boring.
around and.
He's like to me like he's almost the epitome
But
of
here's the
the
thing:
guy
like,
that
you
like always
have to
throws on the
find a
ground,
way to
almost like
stop
a
that.
Kron Gracie that's like always trying to lay on the ground with somebody. Like he doesn't even get too
Come to
active when he's
me.
on there. That's right. Scooches around, fight. He lays down. He
Yeah,
starts scooching near him. Like
trying to hook a foot.
that's right. But
Yeah, I
the card's
agree. Like,
decent.
I mean,
So it starts off with Saint Denis versus Alvarez. That'll be a decent one. I'm leaning Saint Denis because he's got the power. Alvarez, I believe, has the reach. Yeah, he's got a lot of reach, like 4 inches. So that could be
holy
difficult.
shit,
He's
yeah.
tall and lanky, 6'2". Um, but still think Saint Denis gets in there and just pushes him and finishes him in like the second round. That's how I see that one
Bulldog
going.
him.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what he's known for, kind of that bully style, like going in there and powerhousing over people. So I think he does it. And then the one
I
that
think Grasso's got that one.
me too. But Grosso's the underdog right now. They think
What?
they think Grosso's going to lose. I'm like, do you know who Grosso is? She's the one. Shevchenko runs this division. She's the one that beat her, took her to a draw, and then finally lost on the third one. They can go round 4 because of that draw, and I'd be happy to see it.
Yeah.
So, but they think Silva's going to come through. Now Silva did just beat Andrade. Was her last fight. Took it to a decision and got it over Andrade. But when I was watching her on the fight before that with Vivian and on the Andrade, like she's got openings. I don't think she's as dialed as they think. I kind of think they just kind of pushing her over to this. And I think Grosso's going to take her. I think Grosso's a bad bitch and can do it.
Oh, 100%. I agree. I don't think
So
Grasso's going to have a problem with her.
Now they could, we still got a whole week, like 10 days before that fight even starts. Those fights, so the odds could change. It could go into Grasso's favor. But I went ahead and jumped on that. Already threw. I think what did I throw? Like $10, $5. I threw an early bet on that one because I was like, man, the odds might change where she's the favorite. Once the hype starts coming in, and I wanted to get on a little bit of that money.
On that hype train.
So I hadn't bet on any of the other ones yet. So gotta do that in like a week. But so far, I was also leaning Grosso, and then I was leaning Aldo over Zahabi. But what do you think? Have you paid attention to either one of these guys lately? Because I think Aldo's been pretty active lately. He's been looking
Although,
good. They think Zahabi's got this, but uh, the odds
so
say
what I would,
Aldo's the favorite.
so Aldo's lost, a couple recently, but they've been to heavy hitters, right? Um, Zahavi's winning his last few fights, but they're not really against anybody like super crazy. So I think this is going to be a difficult fight for Zahabi to win. I think you're right going with Aldo, who's got plenty of experience, plenty of ring
Oh,
time,
he.
and like
If
you
you go
said,
back to
he's been looking good.
2021, Aldo beat Rob Font. Then he goes and beats Munoz, and then in 2022, he loses to Marab. I mean, that's the
But that's
current
what I'm saying,
champ.
Rob Davalishvili. Exactly. Like, so that's
So
a heavy
you do
hitter.
give that a wash. And then he took off a
And
year. He went and did some boxing, and then now he's coming back. He got what did he get in 2024? Didn't he fight last year?
yeah, he
He got a
fought
win. He got a win.
Martinez and Bautista. But again, Bautista being freaking fresh and all on his shit, like, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
he got
that's
that.
Bautista. Yeah, but he beat Martinez. So he for the most part, he's still on a streak. So I feel like
Yeah.
it could still be entertaining. Let's see, what is Zahabi doing over here? So he's trying to
He's
point these
winning.
guys. He's just pointing these guys out.
But yeah, but see, like these guys that Zahavi's going against aren't really like big
Bigger
name
big
guys. You
names
know what I
where
mean?
where only the big guys are taking Aldo out.
Yep, exactly.
I feel you on that. But that's a card overall still kind of sucks because but I think Shevchenko takes it. I think she and
Yeah,
right now she's the
yeah.
underdog. They think she's gonna lose.
They're dumb.
Yeah, they think Farrat's gonna get that. I don't, and then I think my gut tells me Bilal Muhammad wins this, but as a Bilal hater, I think JDM takes it. So I'd be leaning towards JDM, Shevchenko, Aldo, Rosso, Saint Denis on that card. But we'll skip right over to 316. This one is so much better. Like I don't even want to pay for that pay per view. We're gonna split that one so I don't have to
Yeah.
pay a full 80 fucking dollars on it. I don't mind spending the 80 bucks on 316 though. Look how stacked
Oh, this
316 is.
one's stacked, bro.
Vicente Luque,
Stacked.
Kevin Holland at welterweight. Remember how I was just talking about which Kevin Holland are we going to get at welterweight? He's a threat. So they're really gonna test him with the Vicente Luque. Hey, are you really this fire at welterweight over middleweight? Well, let's throw you against a super badass like Vicente Luque. So that could be a fireworks right there. However, submissions are Kevin Holland's kryptonite, and Vicente Luque's got some good ones. So
He does.
I mean, that's going to be a hard one to pick. So good thing that's like over a month away. That way I can sit there and debate that one. See
Look
where I'm
at
going to
look
lean.
at their look at their video a little bit. See how Kevin Holland's looking.
That's right.
Yeah, how he's
See if
gonna
they
play
change
it.
the card any. But they got Johnny Walker on this one.
I
Mirza
think Johnny Walker
Mirza
takes that.
Kenov. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Sorry if I butchered that Russian
Mirzakanov.
guy. Mirzakanov. I don't know.
Yeah.
But hey, we got Marlon Vera and Batista.
I
We were just
I
saying how
think Bautista
Batista's a
takes
beast.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
How you think it's going to go with all
Marlon
3 rounds
Vera's been
decision?
losing the last.
He has, but
Listen,
man,
Marlon,
he's got
dude.
a
Yeah,
fucking kryptonite or dynamite chin, bro. He can handle. Man, he took a knee. He's
I
taken so much
know.
beatings. I'm like, I think he'd just go brain dead before you knock him out. Like he's like, yeah, he's like Nate Diaz. Like he just keeps walking
He's a
through it.
zombie,
It's
bro.
crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean,
he
there's
is
always
a
a chance
zombie.
because of that can play mind games when you're in there throwing your biggest bang and then like dude just eats it. He's like, oh, that's all you got, bro. Let's keep going. Where you've knocked everybody out with something like that. You know what I mean? And he eats like 3 or 4 of those, and he's like, oh, that's all you got. Like keeps walking forward. That can play mind games in the fight. So man, that's what makes Marlon
That's
Vera
another good. Again,
interesting.
it's another good fight.
So, but like we said,
Fights that you really got to sit
Batista's
back and
got some
think
skills.
about.
So, like you said, it's almost worth just saying, yeah, I bet the odds maker. We'll see what the odd makers say. What do they even say?
I bet Bautista's up. His favorite.
I don't. Oh, they don't even have it up yet.
Yeah, it's too far out.
Right, right. We'll have to see how that one pans out when we get a little closer. Could be an interesting fight though. So I do like like they always say, styles make matches, but I mean it really does. When you got somebody who's a good striker and he's going up against somebody who's a zombie, like those are entertaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
And then we're finally going to get this Kevin Gastelum versus Joe Pfeiffer fight. This one looks like it's going to be the one that opens up the card. So looks like Marlon Vera versus Bautista is going to be the prelim banger, and then they'll start it off with Gastelum versus Pfeiffer. Gastelum says he thinks he's got what it takes to come back and take the middleweight title. So I think this will be a good one to test him.
We'll see. He's gonna have to bulldog his way into Joe Pfeiffer.
He will. That's how he's always kind of fought, which is also could be a bad thing because there's a lot of footage to study of Kevin Gastelum.
Oh, for sure.
For all we know, Joe Pfeiffer came up shadowing that style and knows how to block it perfectly. We don't know. You know what I mean?
True.
Now, I'm not sure about these women right here. So as they get closer, I'll have to do a deeper dive. But Wang Chong, she definitely has the better record. It looks like they're just they're going to try to hype her up, maybe or possibly. But for what I know, this could be a super entertaining match. They're throwing it on the main card, so we'll have to see how that one plays out. I don't
For
know
sure.
anything. I don't know anything about these ladies, so if I were to make any kind of judgment now, I'd just be shooting shit. So, but Bruno Silva, I am going to lean towards him over Joshua Van.
I agree.
I think he's due for one right now. A good win to kind of boost his ego. So, and maybe that's what the UFC feels like, putting him close to the top of the card. What I'm really
Yeah, I
been
mean
hyped
that is a
on.
pretty good spot.
I've been super hyped on this next match though. Pena versus Harrison. I've been waiting for this one since Kayla Harrison came in. And if you were just
Yeah, I've been talking about this one a
after
lot.
watching these ladies actually fight now and actually seeing their styles, who would you actually pick? Because we know Pena is actually pretty good. She has some really good submissions. If she can get a hold of you and grapple you, she was probably the closest thing we've seen to anybody really testing Amanda Nunez there at the end. Even though Amanda came back and just master classed her, you know what I mean? But Kayla Harrison, she's giant, cutting down so much weight, just kind of beasting people up. She has great wrestling. What do you think? If you had to, before we look at the odds, what would you just kind of pick on that one?
I feel my gut tells me to go with Kayla Harrison, just because I feel
She's a
like Julia
beast.
Pena is just. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Julia Pena is a beast also, but I think Kayla Harrison is on a tear and she's got something to prove right now.
Well, if you had to jump over here to the betting odds, I think they agree with you because they do have that one up here. and she's a 6-1 favorite over Pena.
Holy shit!
Yeah, with a
Running through
plus
it.
440 on the other side. So they
KO.
think, they think she's gonna just get submitted or run through, beat up, just manhandled, and it's hard for me to disagree at this point. So
Yeah.
either way, Amanda already announced that she's coming back for the winner of this fight. So I'm super hyped on that too.
Hell yeah.
Who do you think
Well, I mean,
between
this is
the
gonna be.
if Kayla comes in and gets it, you think Amanda takes her?
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! You got to.
You don't
You
bet
got
against
to.
the lioness. She said she said I took some vacation time off and I watched some TV and I see them playing around with my belt. And I need to come over and scoop it back up.
Oh,
She's like, so yeah. She
coming
said,
back.
I think she said I want Kayla Harrison, but if it's Pena, hey, I'll come and take my belt from whoever's got it.
That's right.
They're just
And
pretending
I
with my
believe her.
belt. I'm like, ooh,
Just playing pretend.
that's right. But 100%, if Pena wins, she immediately is going to call Amanda out anyway because she was going to do that anyway. I think even if she loses, she was going to do a Michael Chandler. Like, Amanda, see you at the top, which would
Yeah,
be
this will be an
funny.
interesting one. I think Kayla Harrison's got that then.
Anybody who loses from now on needs to do that. They need to be all like, Conor McGregor, see you at the top. Chandler's good at
Ain't
it,
nobody
man.
gonna see Connor again.
Yeah, I was asked if I thought Conor was ever going to come back. I was like, it's hard to tell. Dude's so cryptic.
I
He's
don't
like, I'm
think
running
so.
for president. And then a bunch of, court things happen. And then as they're all clearing out, post some really good looking sparring footage or pad footage. And I'm like, well, I don't know. He could come back. And he's like, I would love to win the presidency and then actually fight as the president. He's like,
I mean, that would be
I
pretty
could hear them
sick.
announce, former two weight class champion and current president of Ireland. I could already see Bruce
Could
Buffer
you
like getting down,
imagine?
like ah,
Oh my god,
bro. And then
that
they'd
would
have
be
to,
awesome.
they'd be throwing that in Ireland too. You know what I mean? So
100%.
it'd be
100%.
crazy. So I'm all for it if he wants to come back.
That's one that Joe, I think, would actually travel for.
Yeah, possibly. But when being asked seriously, I was like, not sure. It really depends on how the his personal shit pans out, and then you know, and then after all that, is he hungry or is he just waiting? Even though this shit's happening, he's going to get a sunset clause because at certain a date, whenever that is in his contract, and then his contract just is non void, and he can go do whatever he wants. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know when that date
Yeah.
is though.
I mean,
Hey, if
it's
he just
like,
waited it
it was
out and went to beat
probably a
bare
10-year
knuckle,
contract, you know?
could be, yeah.
Whew.
Waited it out, went to bare knuckle, made $1 billion.
Damn.
He goes and funds the PFL, or not the PFL, the GFL.
The GFL?
Yeah, they fell through, right? Like their funding fell through.
I told you, like, from the get, it seemed, it was like what was that fucking Fire Island or whatever, like that fucking, it just seemed like it was a fetch for money. Like they were really hoping to get some investors, and then nobody bid. So I wasn't surprised.
Everybody's probably waiting to see if they could pull off of an event. I saw actually it was like either PFL or Bellator, whatever one went out of business. They were talking trash. They're like, we had so many fights, like 300 something fights, and blah blah, and this many pay per views, and blah blah blah. And it's not as easy as we made it look.
Yeah.
But 316 definitely looking a lot better with Marab and Sean O'Malley headlining that one. I don't think it goes any different.
Yeah,
I think
this
Marab kind of
rematch.
just,
What do you?
I think he just kind of beats him up the same way he was doing, and he's going to do the whole captain's pose on him, like
Yeah, I think he's just gonna talk shit to him and put him in a corner against the fucking
pick him up,
defense. You know what I
slam him
mean?
on the
Like
ground a few
that's
times. Yeah,
yeah.
pose. Anytime he tries to get up, do it again.
Yeah, that it was. Well, we'll see what happens after this, like with O'Malley, because I mean, what do you do as O'Malley if you can't fucking get past Valashili's like insane wrestling? Like,
Yeah, do you go up
I mean, I
a
don't
weight
know.
class where the guys are going to all be able to do that?
To you for sure, because I mean, look at you, you're Sean O'Malley.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, what do you do? Do you go up a weight class? Because you can definitely go up a weight class, like what like Aljo did. But
I think he's
are they
too
going to
big to go down.
right? Exactly. Is he going to go up a weight class and then they're all going to be able to lift him up and throw him down and do the captain pose on him? Like,
Yeah,
we'll
and you
see.
become that guy.
Yeah. Or hey, maybe he shocks us all and gets it done. But I'm pretty sure the odds makers are thinking he's the underdog.
Devashili, for sure,
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Almost 3-1 right now that he beats Sean O'Malley.
I bet you it's probably gonna go higher. It's gonna be five
Possibly,
to one.
possibly. You think that Kayla Harrison one goes up the closer we get? You think it gets to 10-1?
I know. I think. See,
It'll
that
get
one could
closer.
be a little closer. I don't. I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be as like a blowout as they think. I think. I mean, Pena is a fucking bulldog too. So I mean, it really depends. Like, I mean, Kayla Harrison could come in here and just fucking start her in one hit, but Julia Pena can just sit there and piece her up and keep her at arm's length. So she's got 4 inches on her, or 3 inches. So I mean, Pena could keep her on the edge. We could see. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. That's the
We
wonderful
don't
thing
know.
about UFC and fighting.
Yep. Well, final question. 100 men versus a gorilla. Who wins?
How does the gorilla?
Big silverback. Like 400-pounder, bro. He's like, he can, yeah. Full grown silverback, 100 men. You can pick any 100 men. You can clone the same man 100 times. 100 men.
100 men. 100 men. 100 men all day.
Hmm. I don't think so. I I think the right answer is the gorilla. They can bench like
Listen,
they
you
can bench like 5,000 pounds. Their grip strength can actually crush your skull. They can rip your head off with ease. So I think the gorilla spin and just fucking start ripping limbs and killing people and body slamming them, flinging them in the air like beating people with
I'm
people.
not saying you're not gonna lose fucking people. You're definitely gonna lose people.
They
But
say
if a hundred men,
their strength
there's
is equivalent to 25 men punching power. So if a gorilla hit you,
cool. Like
but if a gorilla just
fucking
swung his hand, bro, he's like hitting.
50
He's taking.
fucking people.
I don't
50
think so.
people run at this fucking gorilla from all sides, all angles.
How much
The
do they
gorilla's
weigh?
not smart enough to fucking like
Oh,
what
he's gonna go into
seven
protection
hundred
mode.
pounds.
Oh, he can bench fucking like 6,000 pounds or something like that, though. He's just fucking. That's not enough. Gorillas are
I
super
don't know,
strong.
bro.
Their
You
skin.
said
You.
any man,
Yeah,
any person, any
yeah.
bro. You get like the
I don't.
biggest dude. I
I don't
get
think
a
it
few
happens.
fat dudes to fucking buffer it.
I don't even think if you got like or Brian Shaw and the Mountain. I don't even think you got 100 of those guys. I think the gorilla still just goes through them.
Well, those guys though, like, you know what I mean? When you're that big, you can't move that fast, and definitely not for that long. You know what I mean? So,
We'll get
bro, but
100 Chuck
I
Norrises and
think,
they take that gorilla.
oh, 100% that gorilla is fucking bowing down Chuck
It's
Norris's
right. He taps
toes.
down to
Like,
100 Chuck Norrises. He's like, oh shit, no way. It's a suicide mission.
one gorilla, 100 people. No, bro. Yeah, a couple
I think he
people,
kills
like
all 100 people.
several fucking people, probably 20 or 30. Nah, no fucking way, bro.
Yeah.
No, do we have weapons? Just
Nope, bare
hands.
hands. There's nothing. We can't punch, hit, kick a gorilla. We can't bite it. We can't do anything to bruise
You
it
could
or
choke
puncture
that
its skin.
motherfucker out.
We could
Choke
try.
that bitch
I
out.
don't think that would work.
Yeah, enough of you pile onto this motherfucker, you choke this sumbitch out.
Now, I think
Okay, hold on. As I'm saying this, and now that I'm like trying to visualize, like, how would you get, like, because you would, okay, you say if they can grab fucking, thousands of pounds,
their bones are denser,
bro,
their
like,
muscles and skin are. We
like,
can't even bite.
one
We don't
person
even have enough
can,
biting power to puncture their skin.
bros, but look, they fucking gorillas and shit like that with ropes all the time, bro. Like, you're telling me that there's not, you're there going out with 100+ men and catching these fucking gorillas with rope and trap, like, you know what I mean? Like,
And
no,
trank guns
you
and
could do it.
ropes. They're tranquilizing those motherfuckers.
Nah, okay. And then when that motherfucker wakes up and they've got ropes attached to him, like, these,
Ropes are strong,
if
bro.
they're 5, 6,000,
They're towing
so are
trucks.
fucking people, dude. So are people.
We're not that strong.
I don't know.
Look it up. It's
I don't.
the new hot topic right now. Like, you know, Bo
I
Nickel,
saw
Bo Nickel
Beetle
said,
said
"I'll lead the charge."
he's like, me versus 100. Bo
Yeah,
Nickel, come on.
yeah. He said
Oh
he'd lead
shit,
the
that's
charge.
funny.
Bring it on. There's tons of people that think 100 people can take a gorilla. I just don't think so. I think they're way too powerful, way too strong, way too durable for us to take them.
I don't know, man.
Chill's talked about. Everybody's talked about it already,
I'm
bro.
looking over. I'm listening. I'm looking over a little,
I told
little
you, bro. It's the
thing.
new hot topic, bro. That's why I had to bring it up at the
Dude,
end.
I'm telling you, the numbers game really works. Like, there's way more people and mass, like, that. I get that they're strong, but bro, think about this. Like, you take the world's strongest man, there's still, you put him against 20 fucking people, 20 people are gonna win. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could dumb it down to even that. Like, I, there's
That's
too
what
many factors, bro.
That's what Chael tried to do. He was like, "Well, that 600-pound dude in UFC one that got teeth kicked out by the kickboxer," which I totally remember that fight. I remember that
Oh,
when it came out when I
100%.
was a
Yeah.
kid.
Little
And he's like, and on
120
paper,
pound
everybody
dude
thought a
against a
600-pound
600-pound
dude.
dude.
Yeah, they thought the 600-pound dude was gonna just walk through him, and it kind of seemed like it until that happened. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, you ain't kicking a gorilla's teeth out, bro. His bite is strong enough that you throw a punch, he can bite your hand off, like, and keep going. Like, you're never gonna bruise him or punch him. You'd have to like poke him in the eye, like, oh shit, if you could get that close. I don't know, maybe kick him in the nuts. I don't know how that works with a gorilla. Out of 100 dudes, somebody's getting a nut
Dude,
shot
no,
off.
100, dude, 100 people all day long. Again, think about it like this: like, that gorilla is going to wear out. Like, it really can't fucking keep that shit up forever. A big animal that uses a lot of oxygen, a lot of energy for them fucking muscles. 100 people, like, you got, say, fucking 5, 10 people attack from the front. All right, he takes out 5, 10 people, but at the same time, 5, 10 people are attacking him from the back. He can't fend off both sides and do that for 10 verses of that. Like, no, dude. 100 people win all day. And we can talk, we can communicate and cooperate, we can surround them, make like, dude, too many options. We're smarter than a fucking gorilla, bro. If you think this dumb motherfucking gorilla is gonna fucking beat all of us 100 people,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
taking your
they could kill.
ass in
Think
there.
it. Think it kills everybody, bro. Hey, I'd be the
No.
one trying to jump on the back, bro. I'm like, I'll take on that bear, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't. Hey, I can be convinced if everybody's down and to do their job and we execute
That's what
properly.
I'm
It
saying.
only takes one chink of the armor,
And
though.
it's possible. You just said it's possible.
No, I don't think it's
So
possible. I'm just
you're
willing to
just wrong.
sacrifice myself.
Well, I appreciate that at least. Well, that's my final answer. No phone a friend. No, like
I'm bringing the train
It's
gun just
100
in case he starts winning, and I'm like, all right. Before he kills any of my
We gotta
friends, I'm
ferret
gonna
this out
trank
a
him
little
down.
bit. Oh my lord.
I mean, how many of those 100 people quit as soon as he rips a couple dudes' arms and legs off real quick?
That's not part of. That's not the.
I
That's
know.
not part
That's
of
what
the
I'm saying. We
equation.
all
It's
got
just
it.
100 men
If there
that
was
are
100 of us, we'd
100%
all have
all
to be.
in.
Yeah, you have to be 100% do or die. Like knowing that there's going to be casualties, like you said. We don't know who it is, but maybe the first guy who jumps on his back. I'll be the third.
Yeah. You want to let a few people go in the front, let a few people go in the back, and then see where he's at, see if he's slowing down a little bit.
I mean, it says no weapons, but I mean, if I get his back, and then I
His
say
hands are
somebody,
weapons.
yeah, and then I slip my T-shirt off over his head and blind him, and then we all just
Ooh.
and then we just all pummel him all at the same time, right? Like like a hockey fight, like hey,
I mean, you gotta
maybe.
think about, hey, gorillas kill each other. They beat the shit out of each other. What's to say? I mean, they're vulnerable. They're have weaknesses. Do you know what I mean? Like they can be beaten. I think, bro, fucking 100.
I don't think we're strong enough. Even if we. So here's the thing. I don't think we can do any damage to the monkey or to the gorilla. We can demobilize him, but it's like as soon as he gets up, he's probably just going to start killing more people again.
Maybe. 100.
So. Fair enough. Well, if you guys made it this far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Help us grow the channel. Go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know when more of these videos come out. We're going to do a recap next week. So get in the comments. Let us know who you're picking for all these fights. Do you think Kayla Harrison earns that 6-1 favorite over Pena? Do you think O'Malley going to change any result on this one? Because we don't see that happening. What do you guys think about 315 being so goddamn boring because of Bilal Muhammad? Because that's who I'm blaming. Because Shevchenko's got an opportunity to do something, but it's going to be out. Even if she goes hard and it's exciting, then we're just going to be like, oh, this fucking fight with Bilal is so goddamn boring. Right? Give it a thumbs down, Jason. Make it rain because, and just it's so sad. So, and then Corey Sandhagen, I think does he earn that? Do you think he's going to just walk through Figueiredo? You think RDR is just going to show Bo Nickel that there's levels to this, and Bo Nickel's going to lose his O like the other 15 people this year? Let us know in the comments. Get in there. Help us break the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button. Tell Jason that he's wrong on the gorilla stuff. Do you think 100 people could take a gorilla?
Bullshit.
Get in the comments. Tell us what strategy would you use. Do you guys like the shirt blinding him and then we pummel him? Yeah, maybe that's the method. So get in the comments. Let us know. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back early next week. Hopefully we get all three of us on there to argue about the wins and losses, and then we can talk about how boring 315 is going to be, and that we're definitely not paying that for singly. We're going all in together. And then I've got 316, so because that one's hot. So, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.